Yeah, you are going to close things. Almost.
Almost, okay.
Yeah, let's go to the street signs and all that stuff, you know? Okay.
Okay, it's 4:01 on June 11th, 2024. We have a little different on your agenda. The first thing we're opening is a public. Yeah, we just a public meeting, so it's a little change of your agenda. 4:01, please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and then we're going to have Larry, our automated computer person, read a statement in regards to the community development block grant for Sumter's wastewater project.
Take it away,
Take it away, Larry. Okay, what this is this basically is the extension of the wastewater grant that's been stopped and started for numerous years. We changed engineers. We're now with Pico Engineer. They have met with DEQ, with us. Business Oregon, they were all here. They walked all the property and they have updated all the designs up to some new modern improvements. And so this is the first process of having a public hearing. Business Oregon will be out here to visit us again. And then in September, we want to apply for the final design part of the project, which will hopefully, Pico can get done before the first of next year. So this will be the first step, and then next year we will go in and apply for the remainder of the funds to actually change, and upgrade our wastewater and actually get it done this time. So, any questions, John?
Is this basically to remodel the system up there now? The
It's
wastewater,
going to change the system.
it's gonna
yes.
change the system?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna bring it up, it's gonna upgrade it, so it's more efficient.
So we won't be using standard air diffusion.
Yeah, so anyway, yes, this is going to upgrade everything. And to meet, and we also, built in some DEQ requirements, because they came out and are requiring some changes, so.
Can I make a recommendation, talk to the engineers about, get a good idea of how the water leaves the pump in the little house.
Yeah.
I have been told that it comes out, makes an immediate right angle turn, not a sweep, a right angle turn, kind of swings out to where it crosses the river and then comes back to where it crosses, then makes another right angle turn. The pump efficiency we're losing for those two right angle turns is costing you a ton of money. Take it from the old farmer.
That whole system's getting thrown away and the new system
Good.
put
I
in.
mean, this is
Good.
gonna be a total overhaul,
Yeah,
so.
good, because it's wasting a ton of money as far as electricity is concerned.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, then, we are going to move forward with this project, and I'm going to close the public meeting at 4:07 PM. Thank you. And then we will jump right into our city council meeting.
Let's stop it.
Yeah. Okay, it's June 11th, city council meeting. I'm opening the meeting at 4:08 PM. Done the pledge already. We have, the minutes from May 28th, city council meeting minutes. Are there any additions, deletions, changes in the meeting minutes? No. No. I entertain a motion to approve the May 28, 2024 council meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the 28th council minutes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Reports, Kurt?
I went and picked up the chief's vehicle today. This is title for it. I'll turn
What
into
is it?
Matt. We talked about it.
Okay,
It's
this
sitting
isn't
out there.
Isn't a fire truck?
It is yes, it is it doesn't haul water at this point because I've applied for a grant for a slip-in skid tank. That probably won't even make it here until fire season next year. But that's for your file. We talked about it.
Yeah,
And basically, we just haven't had any fires yet. We're training well. We have CPR class tonight at 6. So I just picked up some pizzas, because I gotta feed the crew and there's a teacher coming and stuff. So I'd like to get reimbursed for that, $31 or something.
need a receipt.
Yeah, got it here. And I guess
Anyway,
just because I've just been thinking, if we have a major thing, we had a big fire last year, but that was just one building. If I had a wildland situation, where town was being evacuated and I had 50% of the residents turning their sprinklers on before I left, could I just get an update on where the water tank is in case? Because I can drain 500,000 gallons pretty fast, especially with other agencies coming in.
the water, the system's probably not gonna get done until August at this point.
Okay. So after August, if fire defense board meetings, we're gonna have a hotter, drier year. We're
Yeah.
probably gonna be on, pretty tight water rationings is what they're saying.
Okay. That's
So-
good to know.
I'll just fight until I run out of water.
Okay. Well, we have water, Kurt, it's just the new tank isn't up.
Right,
We've got the
but
one
during
good
an
tank.
evacuation
Yeah,
and 150 sprinklers get turned on or something, and I need the water to fight fire, and a neighborhood that doesn't even have fire is irrigating their lawn because they think that's gonna save their house,
yeah.
and the water could go away in a hurry.
No, as now, I see it, it's gonna be August.
Okay.
Don't we have that emergency system that goes down?
I need to let people know.
Yeah, did you text on the phones? I thought we had that set up because I was getting some of them.
Yeah, not everybody has
I'm
it
sure.
set up. I mean, that's the thing, a lot of people do not set that up. So. Okay,
And that was in America.
Rob, do you want to give your report?
Sure. Start out with the cash statement. Just kind of gives a list. We have, about $380,000 of cash right now in the city. And then we've got some bills to pay here, nothing out of the ordinary, just the typical, Baker Sanitary for flea market, trash and toilets, $4,000. And then we have some pumps, $1,600 there, and then we got my bill for budget prep, and then the normal monthly bill on there. That's really it. Nothing too exciting on there.
Are they starting to work on the next audit, do you know?
I haven't heard from
We
them.
haven't looked at it.
How much in that 300 and some, is there any grants?
Oh, yeah.
How much, so how much
Like
of it's grants?
150,000.
Huh?
150,000.
So we have basically 180 or something?
It's
Okay.
a good way to look at it.
Okay,
Okay. And then,
what about the appropriation?
yep, and then the appropriations review, next page there. We've got one month left, so that's good. Really not a whole lot that's in concern, except for the two areas that we have a resolution to correct. So the sewer fund personnel services is overexpended. And that resolution will correct that and give us enough room for excess. And then water fund materials and services is looking very close to going over. We've got about 5% left, which we undoubtedly will this month. This resolution to correct this. That's all good.
Okay, anybody have questions for Rob on the bills? I would entertain a motion to approve the bills and pay the bills.
I entertain the motion to pay the bills as stated on Gadsden's current report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And then in connection with this, we have a resolution number 430-24. We tried to do that. Matt's gonna skim over for us.
Sumter, Oregon fiscal year 23-24. Resolution number 430-24, transfer of budget appropriations in the sewer fund. Whereas the city of Sumter budget for the 2023-2024 fiscal year was adopted by the city council at a regular meeting thereof. And whereas the city of Sumter has determined that additional expenditures are required in certain categories of the water and sewer funds. Whereas the city has additional funds allocated to certain categories of the water and sewer funds that will be used. Now therefore be it resolved by the city council that the following transfer be made. For the sewer fund, it's a transfer of $22,000 into personnel services. For the water fund, it's a transfer of $20,000, into material services. The above resolution statements were approved and declared adopted on June 11, 2024.
You guys have any questions on that? This is just I entertain a motion to approve resolution 430-24.
I make a motion to approve resolution 430-24, transfer of budget appropriations. I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Next on the agenda is address assignment for Needham. Have you looked that up or?
Yeah,
I haven't looked at it.
just by what's on the other maps in there, we have 630, 650, so that's at the end of the corner. So I just suggest 670, if anybody has any other ideas.
So this would be
70, Ajax.
670 Ajax.
Yes,
Did you say 670?
yes.
Okay.
And that would be for lot 401.
Okay, entertain a motion to accept this address at 670 Ajax. For you,
I'll make the motion to accept 670 Ajax. Ajax is the address.
for a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And just so you guys know, I think Mr. Needham also was here last council meeting and with a, zoning permit plan, which he was supposed to get a whole county and he hasn't yet, so we need to let him know again, he needs to get the county and get all that resolved. Refund requests. You have a ground rental from Steffenson's, a 200 cleaning deposit. They were up, now, they were the ones with the cars, right?
Mhm.
They were up last week. I don't know if you guys all saw them or were lucky enough to follow them up the mountain. They had all the vintage cars. And they had a luncheon up at the fairgrounds. So they cleaned up after themselves and everything, and so they are due their cleaning deposit back.
200.
So I entertain a motion to refund them their $200 cleaning deposit.
I'll make the motion to refund their $200 for the deposit.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And you need to vote. No, that-
There's one in the bill.
Oh, the other one? Oh, no, I think we got this here. So this is for free market refund for tables?
Yes.
Okay. So there's Corey Miller, he reserved 3 tables. But did not receive them, so.
You know, he changed his mind. I went to deliver them and he didn't want
Oh,
them. Yeah,
okay.
they were on the back of my cart.
So there's no refunds 2 weeks before the market, so.
Well,
So he was offered the tables.
I was told he didn't want
Okay.
them. Matt, didn't he tell you or Nancy at the office?
I don't remember.
Well,
I mean, it's
I
moving so
I got
fast.
loaded and got the word didn't want them, and then I took them somewhere else, and then Dan didn't show up.
It might have been me, I just don't recall.
Okay.
So,
That stuff didn't move.
so then are we gonna hold this refund of that since it was 2 weeks?
Well, 2 weeks before, you're the one.
Yeah, you cannot ask for a refund.
Okay. Then we'll just deny that one.
Well, within 2 weeks,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
And we have plenty of tables for him. That
Okay,
was not an issue.
Okay.
okay, the next thing we had, Matt put out a bid ad for the library museum roof. Did we get anybody else?
No more came in.
Okay, so we received 2 bids. One was for Byron Hughes for $31,065 for a full roof link metal. And the other was from Landmark Contracting, and he gave us 3 different options. One was a full metal length roof extruded on sides and 26 gauge panels at $36,174. One was, full metal extruded 24 gauge. One was considered commercial and one was residential, right, Matt? Is that what we explained?
Yep.
And then he had a bid of 16,500 to do the industrial commercial roof coating with a 15-year warranty, which is, I don't know if you guys all saw this.
Yeah.
And just one thing to add with that seal, if there are seams anywhere on the roof, and if we decided just to use that coat, they have a membrane, basically like, tape you would use when you're mudding joints on drywall,
Mhm.
that they put the coating down first, then they run some of that tape, and then they put another coat of that coating on. So in other words, so it covers all the seams that would be up there, so.
You have 33,000 budgeted for next year.
Yeah, for that, yeah, I know, that's, so,
That's very.
So we don't have any contingency fund in there? If they tear the metal roof off and the roof's rotted, the structure's rotten, they need to do work like that?
no, this is,
You're gonna have to transfer them.
no, this has to be a full grant type.
Yeah, and so right now we have $33,000 committed. We have another 3,000 coming from the county. And then we have 2,200 coming from insurance, plus the $660 we made in the garage over Memorial Day.
Sorry,
So
that's
we're,
pretty good.
yeah, so we're, sorry.
To clarify, you may have that much revenue for it, but we only budgeted 33,000. So just throwing that out there, we can change that when we bring the budget in front of council
Okay.
next time.
Okay.
But
Oh, okay.
keep that in mind as you're approving those.
Gotcha.
So thoughts,
What's the total?
well,
So 33,000, 38,000, $38,660. By the time we get it all in, so that's how much we want to change that in the next 2 weeks.
But if you go with Hughes at this, because that gives you the new roof,
mhm,
then if there was any structural damage, then you would have a little bit of money to
to-
buffer that. To where if you go all the way out and you spent $40,000,
no,
you have no,
we don't have the 40,000 in order to do that.
well, I'm just saying.
Is there, we need to ask Brian or Byron if there's anything in his bid to take care of any structural damage, if there is any.
Well, I don't think we asked any of them about this.
Well, actually, the gentleman from Landmark did say that he has a little bit of padding built into it.
Usually with
Just in
roofing,
case.
they do figure that there's some
Right.
removal and replacement and they build that into the factors.
So what I'm hearing is we definitely don't want to go just with the coating. Because we want to put,
Yeah, we don't need a patch job.
okay, so that's out. So then if you go down the Byron's bid, it is the most reasonable bid. So we just need to get a little more information from them.
So Landmark makes the roofing on site,
Yeah.
Byron orders it, the metal.
And I think the Landmark, flips over itself.
Is it standing seam or is it metal?
Yeah.
Landmark is the
Standing seam?
one with no screws, the one that
Yeah.
locks in, yeah.
Well, we need to find out what the gauge
Yeah, there's no.
No gauge
is
for-
on his bid too.
And
For Byron?
Yeah.
what is Byron using, the locking one or the screws? I wouldn't think he'd put screws up there.
Okay. So we only got these two bids. We will check on that and we still got a little time to get this done, so. I'll table this so we come back with all the answers.
Yeah.
Did Landmark say what their time frame was?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was favorable.
Yeah, we'll check on that.
It was favorable. I just don't remember the actual time.
So we need to see what time frame, where everybody is on time frame. So I'm gonna just table this until the next meeting and we'll vote on it. We have all the information.
Now, should take too long to answer those questions.
No. Okay, and then,
Oh, one other question.
yeah,
Landmark, they'll give us the adjustment roofing, but what's the warranty on the work? on the stuff.
On the ones
Oh,
on the panels?
it should be. Did I give you copies of it?
Well, landmark, yeah, that was Barnes.
Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So I'll ask the question.
Okay, we're down. Okay. Okay, and then one thing that is not on the agenda that some people thought maybe would be, we had a workshop and talking about, again, mainline. And there was a proposal that was brought to us that seemed to be fair to the city and to the property owners. There's been some questions, and so it's all gone to legal. I've talked to Paige, and she's reviewed the proposal, and her opinion is it's a good deal for both sides, and there's nothing wrong with doing it because a lot of cities are doing this to get things done. However, I left it in her hands to do a contract. It would be between the city and the individuals involved. So I need all three names. So that will, and as soon as she gets it, she was hoping to get it done today, but she didn't because something else came up. So as soon as we get this, we'll either go to next council or we'll have a special session as soon as we get it and get it all reviewed. So that has also been tabled until we get her contract.
Linda, did we get any word on the parts that we were discussing, the fire hydrant and the other?
Yeah, we got it. It's not lower than we thought.
But what was the status of arrival? How, what's the
I don't
availability?
remember. The setters we have on the, we have.
Oh, we did have the setters. Okay.
So like I say, she's gonna write all that in, all the prices and everything, so. But I just, I think I wanted her to weigh in this and make sure we're all on the right feet.
So what is the new deal?
There is no new deal.
Well, the agreement that you're gonna enter us
She's
into.
doing the contract, and we're not gonna discuss it until we get a contract from the city attorney.
Okay.
Like I say, she has to be the one that tells what we can do and can't do. Okay, moving on, old business. Council comment. No. Daryl.
How much was the pizza?
$31.
Gold Rush RV Park will pay for the pizza.
Oh, thank you.
Just get it out. Well,
Well,
it'll be there a lot faster.
I mean, the city's gotta have EMS training, CPR.
Okay, we just had somebody say they'd pay for it, so don't fight back there, boys.
You gotta pay for it.
This is-
Okay,
Let's
I
not,
give you guys a receipt, you guys fight over it.
let's don't fight over it, jeez. Thank you, Daryl.
I got just a little thing to add to the fire report.
Okay, me too, okay.
So with the fuels reduction, I had some equipment ordered. There's some chainsaws, pole saws, weed whackers and stuff. It wasn't a deal being a government agency that I could just walk in and buy. Husqvarna wanted to actually go to like corporate and make a deal with the president of Husqvarna, I guess. So I'm still waiting on some of that equipment to show up. And as soon as it does, and we're not in fire season, then I can start some fuel reduction.
Okay,
Uh,
what's the
Part of
deal?
it came in FedEx
Yeah,
this week.
Okay.
Part of it's like 15th of July or something.
what's the deal with the signs?
Signs just need to have a crew to start putting them in as soon as
So, well, yeah, are
we
we?
figure out locates.
Okay, so we call for any locates, or are you gonna start in any particular area?
Locate, I talked with Locate, just said I got 178 spots to locate. Do you want me to mark them all out? They said that they were gonna call me back, a supervisor would call me back. I have not heard back from them. It'd be just sweet if a guy just showed up here, a Locate,
Mhm.
foreman or whatever, and I could say, this is what we're wanting to do, basically put a sign where the old sign is. And it's, might save them work, might save us work.
So you think maybe in July might?
Sure, yep, there's people in the work, so
Okay,
starting it,
okay. Well, some people have asked, so I just,
yeah.
okay, so
No,
No comment.
public comment? Done?
First I wanna bring something up for Memorial Day on the grounds. We have some electrical problems up there. For example, there's one box that has 4 breakers, it has 4 boxes, it has 2 receptacles and 2 blank boxes. And therefore, it's hard to get people to plug in. There's another box, and I swear I have to go back and check this, it's got 10 amp breakers in it. And people were tripping the breaker, these things gotta be older than
That's
probably Leland put in there.
It's 10,000 AIC.
Well-
It's the trip rating, John. It's not,
Okay, well,
they might be 15s, but they don't make 10 amp breakers.
well, there's something that says 10 on there, I'll go and check them. But, people had just a little fan plugged in for tripping. Nothing big, I checked the load, so, there's a couple of boxes needed to be looked at. The other thing is almost a little funny. Young man walked up to me and said, I caught a squirrel. Well, he caught one of those little safe rats, whatever you want to call them. And I said, what'd you do with it? And he, oh, I turned it back. There's 11 other of them in the hole. And I don't know, I haven't been up, I haven't seen a big herd of them running across the grounds, but I do see some active holes, so.
They're everywhere,
Huh?
they're everywhere.
Well, then we need to get them done because they're a trip hazard, they're a, you know,
The guys can, run across them again when they're dragged,
well,
close the holes up, because we chose not to do the pest control because of the price.
Do you have to have pest control do it, Linda?
Well,
Yes.
yes, and for the responsibility. And the thing is, we have to be, with people up there, dogs up there, cats up there, kids up there, it's, you know, we don't have a time where we can.
My lot over there's got a bunch of them. I started looking, there's some stuff you can get and put it in a
Yeah,
feeder
yeah,
that they eat it and then they go down there and it explodes their liver side, kills them.
we don't want to.
You can do that on your own, but the city, it comes back the same thing with herbicide. We can't spray herbicide either.
Oh, really?
You gotta get a licensed herbicide person to allocate it.
I would like to, comment on John's remark. Some of those holes don't have dirt mounds that when you're gonna run over and knock dirt into the hole, it's already a hole that somebody can step into.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can fill them, I'm doing that in my yard.
it's, yeah,
But we can't, yeah, we'll have to fill them, I mean, the holes have to fill them, because we're a little behind to try to exterminate them right now is not a good time when everybody's using the park.
well, it's just warming up, so I'm guessing in mid-afternoon or late morning, you're gonna see a herd going across there now.
Because we have.
Because they don't like the wind and it's finally getting warm a little bit.
Does
So-
Baker County do any vector control at all?
For the critters, I don't think so.
Yeah.
If we.
Just wait.
Volunteer farm.
It's kind of like your window box doing, yeah, go down.
Yeah, volunteer park has.
Yeah,
It's a crazy out there.
They're shooting and it's.
New York City, it's called.
It's a new revenue creator.
Actually,
July activity.
okay, well, then, okay, hey, guys, I actually did have somebody bring up, and I don't know how popular it'll be, I guess somewhere back east, they actually have a competition.
They have one in Unity.
Yeah, where they go out and, you know, they give prizes for how many we put in the
Yeah.
bucket.
Well, you'd have to change your ordinance.
Yeah, I
because
don't
there's
know, like they
no
say, because-
Firearms in the city limits,
But
you can't even shoot a crossbow.
Pellet,
You can't do BB guns, air guns, or any kind of,
Might be okay with that.
pellet rifles work and.
I'm just saying, you know,
The
it's,
state law says that any projectile that comes off of or out of anything is forbidden in city limits.
Yeah,
That's state law, that's
Yeah,
slingshots and all.
how does
it's
you
been
get away
debated.
with it?
off and on, I don't know how long,
But anyway, it'd be nice if we could do something and make it a money-making, pay so much to, but,
Oh, you could.
yeah.
you know,
It's kind of.
then we get rid of them.
Kind of hungry hippo thing. Get
Anyway.
a big
Can we
mountain.
put our own manual traps out there?
I guess we could as long as you,
I mean, I know the laws on pest control
Yeah.
stuff in California, and I'm assuming Oregon, because that's what I did for a living for a long time. But, and I understand, yes, the city, you either have to hire someone who is licensed
Mhm.
or have someone who was 25 years ago, I could have done in California. But, does that mean that a person can't go, can I go out there and put some traps around the hub, manual traps, not poison?
We have to, I don't know, because I don't
As an
want, the
individual,
city doesn't want to be, that's on city
Yeah.
property.
yeah, sure,
There's
yeah,
me.
I think
So if somebody gets hurt,
it's
they're
a
gonna
trap.
come look at you.
It's a trap.
I know it's a
No
trap.
pun intended.
I know.
But yeah, it is a little tough, but
Yeah, some kid gets stuck in it, somebody's pet.
you know, you can walk up there with 22 shot shells and get your limit in no time at all.
Well, I know, I mean,
Because they're not scared of you.
no, they're not.
Maybe we need to get 100,000 cats down or something. Anyway. On to the other subject,
Yes.
okay? Okay, for Fourth of July, city has always allowed us to use the trash barrels and the delineators. I'm hoping there's no problem with that again this year. And, I think most of you know I've been working, trying to get some entertainment up here over the Fourth. I've got a lot of interest. It's the money thing, trying to get some gasoline money for people. So last week I was down with, Jessica and Christopher Hopkins, about getting TLT money. They don't have it yet, but Christopher thinks he might be able to give us some sponsor money, and it would be through the Sumter Volunteers. Some sponsor money to host these people and help out. They will be at our volunteer meeting Thursday night, and we're gonna discuss what they can do and what he can come up with. I've been looking for an area that could host these entertainers. And the best I can come up with is the north side of the library museum. The only thing it gets used for in most of the flea markets, people tend to park over there. I'd like to be able, if the belly dancers come, they have their own little compound they can put up there. And the musicians, it's even possible, I was talking to Jane about Frank Carlson. She may not have a place for him yet. That might be a suitable place for him to go. If we can get the use of it. And I'm trying to find out what the belly dancers need as a stage, quote unquote. We've had a ton of ideas. We just need to find out what they need per se. So I'm asking permission from council to again, use the trash, the delineators, and to use the north side of the library. And in exchange for that, I will do it myself or I'll get some help. I will clean up the entire area, weed eat the back of it. It's a fire hazard, sorry. And it just needs to be done. We'll clean it up, rake it, get it all set to go, and it'll look really good for 4th of July.
So having it on city property though, who carries the liability?
Well, you already have liability.
If the belly dancer falls off the stage.
And you mean the stage to this side?
Well, you might,
yeah.
right?
The city already has the liabilities, and these groups have their own insurance
They have
for
to,
their own people.
they
Yeah,
have to have proof. of
they have their
insurance.
own insurance where they go for these shows. If the city wants proof of that, I'm sure I can get it.
So what do you guys think?
And
They have,
now the walk around musicians, you know, I'm not quite sure, and I'm trying to get these. There's 3 teenagers, the troubadours, they use the old instruments. I'm not sure about them. They do these shows all over the place. They were in Boise. Boise required insurance.
Yeah.
So it's nothing new to us.
Insurance, yeah.
And I'm very sure I can get it and say, name the city of Sumter. And then if I can't, then I won't let that particular entertainer on the city grounds, I can get them somewhere else.
I don't feel that we should have an issue. If we get a certificate of insurance with us as additionally insured, it protects the city, so I don't myself have an issue with it.
Some,
Make it a volunteer, you should excuse yourself.
keep,
You should recuse yourself if you're a volunteer.
I'm not, no longer an active.
keep in mind that some insurance companies don't do the named insureds anymore. Some of them do, some don't.
It
I don't know.
depends on the policy holder.
Yeah, it depends on
So you're gonna have this all pulled together with copies of your insurance?
I
stuff
sure
by-
hope so.
By next council, because that's like a.
I should have it all pulled together. As long as you guys are okay with it, that gives me Thursday, I'll find out about funding, that way I can go and talk to these people and get a yay or nay. And we can take it from there, but I just wanna know, you know, can we do it if it works out? And the whole darn thing might fall through, I don't know, I've had 15 calls and I've got 2 vendors so far. And I think Cindy's got 1 or 2. So you know how that goes,
So by the next council meeting, you should either have an idea if it's a go, or
okay?
if you have, make sure you have insurance.
And if I have that
Mhm.
information, then council will be okay with it, so I can pursue it, and I'm not wasting my time.
Are you still promoting the Ren Fair?
Yes, we're trying to get a mini Ren Fair involved in there,
So
get something started.
as soon as we get it quiet, we need them to approve we need to do it in 2 motions. We need to make the motion to do no, we need to do the motion of the delineators and trash cans. That needs to be
Are you
one.
making that?
I'm making this as a motion.
Okay,
So the thing is for the delineators and the trash cans for the 4th of July,
okay,
for them to use.
so you're making, okay,
So I make that motion.
do I have a second?
I'll second
Okay,
All in favor?
all in favor?
it. Aye.
Aye. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
And then
All opposed? And then your next motion?
the next motion should be that on contingency of the proper insurance, that we give them permission for John to lay it out for the events in which he wants to hold by the museum, and also he can use the museum property as presented.
Okay. Do I have a second on Charlie's resignation?
I will second that motion.
Okay,
Fine.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, John, but
Thank you.
I need you to bring that all back by next.
Yep, I'll pull it all together,
Okay,
hope.
anybody else?
I do have one public.
Okay,
I'll wait till public comments.
You said something, Kurt?
what'd you say, John? She said she'll wait until you,
No.
I do. Go ahead, John.
okay, somebody,
Well, go ahead, Kurt, go ahead.
So, I was handed a piece of paper, I don't know, a week ago. Talking about council meetings at 7:00. Do you guys know, have you guys seen those papers?
nope,
Okay, well, that's about all I know, I just seen it. And of course, 7:00 looks better for me than 4:00, so I got my name on it in big bold letters.
no, I didn't see anything about it. Okay,
Okay,
John?
I have something I want to give you.
Oh, my.
That's the hard. Brenda, can you come here?
No,
Yes.
no.
So, we had
Is he gonna hit me
a
with?
little glitch.
Is he-
Come here, we want to get a picture. We want to get a
He's
picture.
gonna get me with that thing.
No, we want to get up here. Come on, I want to get a picture.
Oh, okay.
Come over here, Chief. Anyway, we haven't started 501c3 over for the ATV
Okay,
club. And so this is our first year.
okay,
We have to go a year and then we can, actually gamble with raffles and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But we collected some money this year. I made a big check for us. Get over here so she could give you a picture. So we're giving the city of Sumter $4,000 from the Sumter Valley ATV Association to be put towards dust abatement. And I did have Magnolia done, not because it's my shop, but because it's probably the second most road, and I had them charge it to the city because we're coming. But, that's probably the second most used road
Yeah.
in town that I can see with ever going to the burn pile and the city guys,
so I
so,
wanted to do it on that.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
anyway, and I've got a check. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right there. There's the actual check.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Take that from me.
It's like about semi-pro.
Yeah,
It's just like a check.
okay. Sherry, or no, yeah, Sherry?
Is there any update on the status of the speed limit sign that you had submitted for?
Yep. They told us that at minimum July-ish.
Okay.
To do the study.
Yeah,
Yeah. We haven't even got to the study yet. huh?
I followed up with them probably 4 times since we did it, and I finally spoke to a real person about a month and a half ago.
Wow.
So I'm thinking beginning of July.
So at least it's still in the works and it's not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this person said it was on a first come, first served basis, so they have to, of all the requests, they have to do it that way.
And it's still-
Usually they don't even do that unless there's like 3 deaths.
I still, well, we've had a lot of deer deaths, so we
Yeah.
have that. I'd still like to get one of the flashing signs,
Okay,
and get a name on one of those too, where it says city limit, this is your speed, slow down. Okay, anything else? Anybody else? And again, thank you, Pattersons, we really appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
Okay, then I would intend
I
that,
make the motion that we adjourn.
Yeah, that's great.
I second it.
all in favor?
Aye.